Hello everyone. We're going to finally make a page in Ruby on Rails. After all this dealing with the database, I think we'll start and make a page. Because remember, Ruby on Rails is a framework that helps you make websites easier. Websites with databases easier, that is. So let's go ahead and make a page. How would you do that? Well, you can simply make a page by, let's see, changing your index page in your public folder. For instance, I've typed in Granville, the document, and I'm going to show you where that's at. Okay, where'd it go? There we go. And here's Granville. I didn't show that to you online, so let me switch it right now. UFO. UFO. Press save. Remember, we're in the public folder, and that's the index. Go to your localhost 3000. Refresh, and you see that UFO has been changed. But that's not the Ruby way of doing it. The Ruby way of doing it, because Ruby is an application, you have to think in terms of what in terms of the application needs to make this website. And by doing it that way, all you did was do it manually, and that's not the power of Ruby on Rails. If you're going to do things manually, such as I've done to change the page like this, then maybe you shouldn't do it on Ruby on Rails. Maybe your website is not that complicated that you need a Ruby on Rails, because the Ruby on Rails is all about integrating with the database and helping you make the website easier. Well, with all that said, the Ruby on Rails way of making a web page is first, you have to think of what is the name of the page that you're going to make. Okay? We're going to call our page Zebra. And Ruby on Rails is going to automatically make that page for us, and it's going to name the page zebra.html.erb. The ERB simply stands for Embedded Ruby. And it's going to put it in, let me see, views, right here. And it's going to put it in here for you, this page. You don't do that yourself. Ruby does that for you. And now, your page needs a controller. And all a controller does, it basically controls. It's the action for your website. Just think of that. Your model is your database. Your controller is your actions, all your actions. And your view are all the things that your customer sees, your user sees. And that's like your view is your HTML. Your HTML. Okay, so to make a page in Ruby, you have to think the page needs a controller. You just have to think that way. Just remember thinking. I want to make a page in Ruby. To make a page in Ruby, the page needs a controller. And if you haven't already made a controller for your pages, then you want to make a controller for your pages. And this is how you make your controller for your pages, through this code right here. And the second thing you want to do is to modify your routes folder so you can match the page with the action in the controller. It'll make more sense once we go through this. So, first things first, we want to name our page something. I'm going to name this page Zebra. And then I'm going to take this code, copy this code right here, copy. And this code will make my page for me. It also will make my controller for me. You'll do two things at once. So, you don't see the command prompt because we have our application open right here. To get out of our application, to get to the command prompt, you go Control C, which means just exiting. Now we're at our command prompt. Now we could type in the code for Ruby to make the page. The code is Rails generate. The other videos we've generated a model, but this time we're going to generate the controller. Okay? Rails generate controller. What's the name of the controller? My controller, I'm going to name it UFOs. And controllers, generally the convention is you want to name your controllers with an S. Plural. Controllers. That's just a Ruby convention. The name of the page is Zebra. The zebra also functions as the action. Okay? Rails generate controller. The name of the controller is going to be UFO. The name of the action in the controller is called Zebra. And also the name of the page is going to also be called Zebra. You'll find that Ruby on Rails does double duty in terms of data. This is also what we did for, remember what we did for the models? We did Rails generate model. And then we named the model, right? Then we named the fields in the table, and the models and the tables were kind of named the same, but they put an S on there for the models. The same thing with Ruby, but now we generate a controller. All right, with all that blah 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 explanation, let's see Ruby get to work. Press enter. All right, and once again, it's finished here. I created all these folders for you, but it'd be much easier for us to go and see what it created. Well, it's okay. Let's go to let's go look inside the controller. So here's the controller. Here's the UFO controller. Double click on that. And here's the zebra action that we specified. The zebra action is also the name of the page. Remember, the page needs an action. The page needs a controller. And this is how we make a page in Ruby on Rails. We associate it with an action in our controller. And Ruby on Rails made the UFOs controller for me. And that's all you pretty much need to know for that one. Now this still won't work unless we need to modify our routes file so it can match the page to the action in the controller. Once again, this is the page equals, which is matching. Match the page to the action in the controller. This is the name of our controller, and zebra is the action. See, right here. There you go. The action. The action in the controller. And we want to go to our routes, which is in our config folder, and our routes is right here. Okay, let's type in the routes again. Here is our route. And once again, we want to match. Copy that one. We want to put this into the routes folder. So once again, in our routes folder, the routes RB folder, we want to match the page to the controller and the action. Because if you don't put this in here, Ruby goes in here, looks this up, and then it makes your page for you. So let's go in and see the page that we just created. So let's go ahead and turn on the application, Rails server. Let's enter. All right, it is on. Refresh, and to get to our page, go slash zebra. Routing error. Let's see. Zebra, UFO, zebra. Maybe you gotta go zebra.html. Oh. UFO / zebra. Zebra.html.ebr. Okay, Ruby. Still nothing. Let's see what's going on here. See UFOs, zebra.html.erb, zebra.html.erb. Let's take this out here. Enter. Still nothing. Let me see if I can figure out what's going on here. The page is there. Okay. Obviously, I don't know where the routes are. To find out the routes to get to the page, you want to go Control-C, get out of the application, refresh. You see that the application is no longer active. And you want to go rake routes. Rake routes. Press enter. Okay. So get UFOs, zebras, UFOs, zebras. It's in UFO zebra. Red routes, UFOs zebra. What was I spelling it before? Okay, start your application again. Rails server. Okay, refresh it. Then paste. UFO zebra. Okay. I'm missing something here. UFO zebra. UFOs /zebra. UFO /zebra. UFOs/zebra. There you go. That's the page. All right. Rake routes showed me UFO zebra. That's the page that we made. Okay? And it's inside the UFOs controller, zebra's action, just like we did in routes. Just like we did in routes here. UFOs zebra action. But I really did not know where the UFO page was. Although it did /UFO, it just matched the page. Then actually, I needed to go to rake routes to show me the actual ULR to get to the page, which was UFOs /zebra. And I did rake routes to get that. Now, to prove to you that this is actually the page, we'll go to that page and change it. UFO zebra.html right here. Okay? And we'll change it. It says, well, right now it says UFOs as zebra. We'll change this to Granville. So just to make sure. Granville makes mistakes. Okay? Go save. Go back to here. Just go. Yay! And there we go. So that's how you make a page in Ruby on Rails. And once you do it a couple of thousand times, it's not that confusing. It actually wasn't. Okay. What the first thing we did was we want to name our page. Okay, that's the first thing we do. This is just all cerebral right here. You don't do any typing until here. Rails generate controller. Remember, our page needs a controller. What's the name of the controller? Put it right here after controller. And what's the name of the page? Put it right there. And that generates the controller for you. Okay? It generates the UFO controller. UFO controller. Okay? It generates a UFO controller for you. But that's not all. You got to go into your routes. Your routes, which is inside config routes, right? And match the page to the action. Because if we don't do this part, let me take out this part just to prove to you. If we don't do this part right here, and we go refresh, okay, oops, get UFO control, okay. Let's take this out right here. Save. And do a refresh. It won't work. It needs the match of for you to put in UFO zebras for it to match. Save again. Refresh. Oops. You took out the other part too. There you go. Be sure you don't take out this part. Get UFO receiver and match UFO receiver. So refresh. Did I save? Save. Get. Okay. Refresh. There you go. Grammar makes mistakes. There you go. I hope that this little cheat sheet will make you make your pages a little easier for you. Thank you very much for viewing my video. Bye-bye.